Welcome to Vintage Shots, the sanctuary where history breathes through the silver lens. Today, we are stepping back into the humid, heavy summer of 1962. Close your eyes and imagine a quiet, sun-drenched morning in Brentwood, California. The air is warm, the birds are singing, but there is a strange, haunting silence drifting through the hallways of a modest Spanish-style home. This is the story of the last professional photo shoot of the world's most iconic and perhaps most misunderstood woman, Marilyn Monroe. These are not the glossy, manufactured images of a Hollywood sex symbol designed for neon billboards. No. These are the photos of a human being, captured by the respected photojournalist Allan Grant just a few short weeks before the world would stop in absolute shock. By July 1962, Marilyn was at a profound and difficult crossroads. She was tired. She was exhausted by the bright, blinding studio lights that had defined her life for a decade. She was weary of the character that the industry and the public forced her to play every single day. She agreed to a final, deep interview with Richard Merriman for Life magazine. But this time, things were different. There would be no grand production, no team of elite stylists, no wall of security. She invited the world into her private home, her sanctuary, her only true refuge, located at 12305 Fifth Helena Drive. This was the only home she ever owned in her entire life. A simple house, decorated with care and featuring a small tile at the entrance that read, Cursum Perficio, meaning, my journey ends here. Looking back, those words are hauntingly accurate. Allan Grant was not a man looking for glamour. He was a seeker of truth. He understood that the real Marilyn was hidden far behind the layers of red lipstick and the legendary blonde curls. On that day in Brentwood, Grant didn't arrive with a massive crew or heavy lighting equipment. He brought his camera and a deep, quiet sense of respect. He let Marilyn be herself. There were no forced poses, no fake practice smiles for the lens. If she felt sad, he captured that darkness. If she felt a fleeting moment of joy, he captured that light. This was a raw, unfiltered look into the soul of a legend who was desperately searching for peace. Grant used only the natural light drifting through the windows, letting the shadows fall where they may. The way the light touches her face tells a story that words could never truly explain. In these images, for the first time, the public saw her world. We see the furniture she chose, the books she read, the simple decorations that made her feel safe. In the most famous shots from this session, Marilyn is wearing a simple green sweater. It wasn't a designer gown. It was a basic knit top that felt honest, vulnerable. She is seen sitting on her sofa, leaning against the plain walls, staring quietly out of the window into the California sun. In a few frames, she is laughing, a genuine, bubbly laugh that reminds us why the world fell in love with her in the first place. But then, the mood shifts instantly. In other frames, her eyes become distant, empty. She looks incredibly lonely. Even in her own home, surrounded by beauty, there is an undeniable sense of melancholy. Grant captured the fragility that defined her final days on this earth. This wasn't a movie star performing for a crowd. This was a woman finally letting her guard down, showing us the person behind the mask. These photos were originally meant to be simple illustrations for an article, just another assignment for a professional like Allan Grant. But history had a different, much darker plan. Only 3 weeks after these photos were taken, the news headlines shattered the world. Marilyn Monroe was gone. Suddenly, these images were no longer just magazine photos. They were transformed into sacred relics. They became the final professional record of her existence. When you look at them now with the benefit of hindsight, you realize she was almost saying goodbye, not with a speech, but with her presence. The blonde bombshell had disappeared, replaced by a woman who was tired of the spotlight, yet still so radiant. These photos serve as a bridge between the Hollywood myth and the painful reality. They remind us that fame can be a heavy, heavy burden to carry alone in the dark. Allan Grant's session at Fifth Helena Drive remains a masterpiece of 20th century photography. It teaches us that the most beautiful photos are the ones that capture the truth, not the perfection, but the soul. As we look at Marilyn one last time in her green sweater in the silence of her home, we don't just see a tragedy, we see a legacy of beauty, strength, and immense courage. She gave herself to the camera one final time, and in doing so, she became immortal. The world will always remember the star, but through Grant's lens, we get to remember the woman. Now, we want to hear from you. When you look into Marilyn's eyes in these final photos, what do you see? Do you see the sadness of a woman lost, or do you see a moment of true peace before the end? Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective matters to us as we keep these historical moments alive. If you appreciate these deep journeys into the past, please support our channel. Subscribe to Vintage Shots, hit that notification bell, and never miss a story from history's most powerful frames. Share this video with someone who loves the golden age of cinema. Thank you for being part of our community. And remember, every photo has a heartbeat. We will see you in the next frame.